that cat. So, money, right? I talk about this shit all the time because it's important, right? Money is important. The way you spend it is important. What you do with it is important. How much you have is important. It's America. Baptism and capitalism, right? Everything is based on what you can afford. Your housing, because the cost of living is, keep going up. So everything, your family life. So I always tell my kids, I talk about this all the time. I tell my kids all the time because it's important. It's important. You got to learn how to manage money young. I always been good at holding on to money. Now, holding on to money and, turning a little bit into a lot. Getting the most out of, getting the most out of, you feel me? Getting everything you can out of a little bit, basically. Yeah, right. And turning nothing into something. Because, it's a good skill to have. Especially now, right? So I always talk to my kids about that. Money. What to do with it. You feel me? How to make money. How to keep money. You feel me? I had a rich person tell me the reason they have so much money is because they don't give none of it away. It make a lot of sense. Because once you start letting people borrow money, they keep borrowing money. I'm talking about a bitch will build a foundation off of what you give. Right? Motherfucker do whatever they want to do with theirs and call you when it's important. When it's crunch time, they call you because you're reliable. I say this all the time. Sometimes the bigger the heart you have, the more stingy you have to be with it. People take advantage of you. Good people get taken advantage of all the time. It's the way of the world. It's like people can smell it. Your heart being you a good person. 9 times out of 10, that means you gonna get doormatted a lot. I mean, if you allow it. You can't allow it. But yeah, you gotta have money, man. Cash. Keep cash. You gotta keep cash. I know it's been a lot of talk about going digital, and I feel like just a way for the government to control you. Because when you got cash, you don't have to worry about your cash getting declined. Right? Cars get declined every day. Shit. That's why I keep cash on me. But yeah, a digital footprint or whatever. I mean, we already losing all of our rights, especially when it comes to privacy. There's no privacy. I mean, as soon as you walk out the house, you're under surveillance. That's why I'll never understand. They say they can't find nobody. You record people all day, every day. So, how you can't find nobody? I mean, where can you go and not be on camera? You're on camera all day, every day. So, where can you go and not be on camera? Where can you go and not be found? You know what I mean? So, you being tracked. My phone tracks me everywhere I go. So, every month I get a Google alert about my trips. I did less travel this month, or I went to this many places on this day, and stuff like that. I remember I didn't even know they did all that shit at first. You feel me? So I started getting the alerts. I was like, damn. And I thought I had my all that shit turned off. It don't matter. It don't matter. But anyway, but yeah, so I try to avoid unnecessary spending. You know, I do a lot of spending. I take care of a lot of situations. You know, I got a lot of responsibilities. You know, the size of my plate is bigger than others. So, you know how that goes. You know, so I always try to instill in my kids, you know, you always got to have your own. I tell my sons that. I tell my daughters that. You feel me? Especially, I want my daughters to know that. You feel me? My sons, well, my kids' peers, all of them. My sons and my daughters. You know, because I think about what happened with us, right? With integration. You feel me? I say that, you're going to see where I'm leading to. I say that, like, when it comes to integration, right? I mean, just think about how we live in the world today. We basically still segregated in our communities, right? You got a black community, you got a white community, Hispanics got a community, Asians got a community, you know, Little Italy, Havana, you know, Chinatown, Jamaica, Queens, and you feel me? Everybody had a little Haiti. Everybody has a community, right? We all segregated. Black people less so, right? Because nobody don't really fuck with us like that, and we don't really fuck with each other like that, you know, to a certain extent, right? But my thing about having money, and like I tell my kids, you always got to have your own. Because think about this. Black people had all kind of shit. Everything they needed. Grocery stores, pharmacies, you feel me? Sports teams, you know, Negro League. They had everything, right? And then, you know, the Civil Rights Movement came, and, you know, we was desegregated, you know, which I don't feel like that had to be a law, because I feel like you can fuck with who you want to fuck with. But I'll address that later, right? And my whole thing about that is that, why would I want to go somewhere where I'm not wanted? I always say that because it's crazy to me that you will fight to be in a space you not wanted in. That shit to me is crazy. It's gonna always be crazy. But now check this out. So we had all of our own stuff, and we left all of our own stuff to be a part of somebody else's, right? So we basically moved out of our house where we had everything and moved into somebody else's house where we have nothing. You feel me? So I had everything, and I was taking care of myself and taking care of my community. We all was doing good, you know, living like a family. And now we have nothing. We in this space fighting for scraps. All right? Being treated like the stepchild, or an unwanted child, or an adopted child that you just hear because nobody wants you and I get a check for you. Or, you know how people be treating these kids when they get caught up in the system and shit. So that's us right now, right? We're in a situation where we have nothing. We have ownership of nothing. We had ownership of everything, and now we have ownership of nothing, because people campaigned and marched and fought to be a part of something, to be a part of a system that didn't want them. And now the system that they fought to be a part of is keeping their boot on their neck. You feel me? Holding your head underwater, making sure there's nothing for you. Going out of his way to make sure you have nothing. And not even making it a secret. It's not even a secret. We don't want you to have nothing, and we're not even gonna keep it a secret. Right? So, me, getting back to what I was saying, what I be telling my kids, is that you always got to have your own. And if you gonna move in with somebody, you feel me? Let them, if you're gonna move in with somebody, don't leave your place y'all find a place to move into together, right? Because I'm not gonna leave all of my stuff, move into your house where this is your place and you make all the rules, you know, and you can tell me to get out whenever you feel like it. Feel me? I've been in situations like that. That's why, you feel me? I'm not just talking. This is, I live this. Where somebody can tell you, this is my house, you can get out. And what you gonna say? What can you say? When it's really is their house and you really can get the fuck out. Then you gotta, what you gonna do? You feel me? You like, damn, this your house? Now this is just your house by yourself. You feel me? I done put all this furniture in here. I paid for the bedroom set. They got pictures on the wall. You feel me? I got all these groceries in the refrigerator and the cabinets. You feel me? I paid the lights and the water. You feel me? It's like my house, but it's not. So you can get the fuck out. You feel me? So yeah. So instead of going through all that, you feel me? Don't do it. You feel me? You don't want to go through that. You don't want to go through that. Trust me. I went through that. You feel me? So there's wisdom being passed down. You don't want to go through that. You feel me? You don't want to be in a space where somebody can tell you get the fuck out. You feel me? And that's basically where we at now as a people. We in a space that nobody wants us in. Nobody really fuck with us like that. Right? But we campaigned and marched over bridges and, you know, gave great speeches. You feel me? And now look. Communities are still segregated. It's a black community. People just associate the black community. You think about this, right? There's a lot of communities around here where it's a lot of rich people staying, right? I'm talking about big 100-acre communities. You feel me? 100+ acre communities where rich people stay, right? And then if you ever been in those communities, you understand why they have the attitude they have when they go places and why they only go places that their money gets them into, because people get paid to kiss their ass. You basically get paid to ass wipe these people. You feel me? So they used to being treated a certain way because their money gets them treated that way. They not used to getting treated or talked to how the average person get treated and talked to, because in their whole community, the whole community is set up in a way, you know, they got clubhouses and golf courses and, you know, basically concierge, security, and, you know, all kind of stuff you can, all that rich people stuff that comes when you pay the POA or the HOA or whatever it is, you know, when you pay that kind of money or when you have that kind of money. So that's why when they go out to restaurants, they go to like 5-star establishments, you know, and that's so they getting used to getting treated a certain way. They get used to getting away with certain things, you know, certain things that me and you know, average folk wouldn't even, average money folk wouldn't even think of, right? But it is what it is. You feel me? You know, a lot of other mud go into that, but you know, so yeah. So that's what I tell my kids, you know, always have your own. You got to have your own money. You feel me? Your own hustle. See, when people hear hustle, they think drugs, because, you know, it's been tangled and twist all wrong. You feel me? A hustle is anything that get you some money, right? So you got to have your own hustle. You feel me? And I always tell my kids, you got to be able to work with your hands, because somebody that can work with their hands can't get fired. And you always have a job. Especially now. I mean, think about this, right? Everybody walking in from across the border, you feel me? Hispanics, the Chinese, you got Arabs, Indians, you feel me? Europeans, you know, everybody, you feel me? They get work visas, they getting stipends, you know, they getting housing. In certain states, they even supply them with transportation. All right. Now, they got a reputation of being hardworking. You have a reputation of being lazy, which I don't understand. You know, you work for free, and then for hundreds of years, and then once we don't work for free no more, you lazy, right? The country was basically built on your back. You picked the cotton, you feel me? You breastfed the babies, you cooked the food, you plowed the fields, you know, you did everything, right? But now, you lazy. Because you don't want to work for free no more, you lazy. You want to work for a decent amount of money, a living wage. So that means you lazy. I mean, think about this, right? In America, at the age of 18, you are expected to get out of your parents' house, have a job, have a vehicle, and and contribute to society in a way. You know, like I tell my kids all the time, nobody's giving me anything. This is me. My paycheck or my money is my time, right? That's me selling my time for money, basically, to pay for a house that I barely get to sleep in because I'm always busy, right? So I tell my kids that because it's true. You got to think about it. So that's why I always tell them that's why money is important, because that money that you're making, it represents your time. So I always tell them, you think about what you can do so you don't have to work for nobody. You know, you might not want to work for nobody. You might want to be your own boss. So while you young, put that together now. Me, I didn't know what I wanted to do until I was all the way up there. You feel me? I was going through some things, a lot of things, and you know, I ain't had my life together for a long time. I tell my kids that because I don't want them to follow behind me in that way. You feel me? I want you to know what you want to do, you know, and right now they fucking focus. That's one thing I can say. So did a good job on that. You feel me? Damn. But like I was saying, so you work for free for hundreds of years, and then when you got free, to put you back in chains, they made a lot of shit illegal. You feel me? They made laws to target you, basically, right? When I'm saying you, I mean us. You feel me? The skin folk, the black folk, right? But now, you know, you're labeled as lazy, uneducated, you're not smart. Now think about this. Now, was this happening when we were segregated? Because we was educating ourselves, right? Now, the school system is failing us, the public school system, because it's depending on where you live, your school don't have no funding, all right? Now, you think these people really care about what you know how to do when you already got the label as a lazy person and a criminal? You feel me? So right now, you're an athlete, you're a lazy person, you're a criminal, you're a sex worker, you feel me? Shit like that. People think you don't have no value to society. Now, bring this back to what I tell my kids. This is why you have to have your own. This is why money is important. This is why you do not leave your place that you have established for you and move in with somebody else where you have no say-so over nothing. See that? I said that to say this. Don't leave all your shit to be a part of somebody else's shit. Because when they don't want your part of their shit, look how you end up.